Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Last time we went to some Ingrathan ruins and we discovered that they were trying to do some evil stuff with Soul Trap in there. And then we discovered that we need to go and tell the Duke about it. And the Duke is kind of holed away and is doing some hearings about animancy. So what we need to do is we need to get somebody to vouch for us and let us in. Either Knights of the Crucible, House Dominel, or the Dozens. Guess what? We already have a good friendship with House Dominel. Let's go talk to them. Right, and in here, I think. Yep, there we go. Hello. What can I do for you? I need an invitation to the meeting at the Ducal Palace. You shall have it. And when you attend, I'm sure you'll keep House Dominel's interests at heart. Forgive me, but I have matters to attend to now. I trust you know the way out. Okay. Now I have to speak to Lady Webb, so we just have to go directly back to where we were. Okay. And hello, Lady Webb. Long time no see.
How fares your search?
Ooh, we can do it if I'm going to do this for you. I think it's time you told me everything about Theos. Let's try that.
I've told you everything you need to know.
But not everything.
It's only right that you know everything. When I was younger, before Dunreed Row, I had many suitors. These were fine-looking men of good stock, but I could see their thoughts, and they were unimpressive. Boys' thoughts. I toyed with their affections. I resented all of them. And then I met a man whose mind was a mystery to me. But he understood me. He knew me at a glance, told me things I didn't know about myself. He was neither handsome nor charming, but he was all I ever wanted.
You talk about
We
Theos.
made a game of my gift. He would ask me about people, and I would tell him what they were thinking. Sometimes the information was very sensitive. And then one day he asked me if I trusted him. I said I did. Next I knew I was donning a silver mask and swearing oaths to Woodica. Using my gift for the leaden key still felt like a game to me, so I did it. I did it because it pleased him.
But it didn't last.
I don't like living in the dark. It's a powerless, hopeless feeling. Every day I did things without knowing their purpose. Every day I loved a man without knowing his thoughts of me. I sensed that there were things he wanted to tell me. I sensed that he knew everything the leaden key was created to hide. But Theos was unyielding. One day, I disappeared without a word. He would kill me for it, and I knew that. It's their rule. I just wanted to see him plunge the knife, because then I would know. But the day never came. He has left me to wonder. I have devoted my years to learning everything I could about him, in hopes I would find some clue as to who he really was, and why he felt he had to keep his secrets locked away. I have precious little to show for it. Just an old woman nagged by old thoughts. And that is truly everything I can tell you about Theos. I hope you will accept this embarrassing story as a show of my good faith.
Okay. I want to discuss the animancy hearings at the palace.
Them?
House Dominel has accepted me into their delegation.
Unlikely as it may seem, House Dominel is as much responsible for maintaining the peace as the Crucible Knights. The Duke understands this, and he will hear you out if they are with you. You need waste no more time here. Get to the palace. Make your case to the Duke. With him on our side, all of Dyrwood can be mobilized against the leaden key, and Theos can be rooted out. I only wish I could be there to see it. There is a very old bottle of a very good brandy that I have been saving for a special day. If you hurry back afterward, there may be a little left for you. Off with you. You're going to do very well in there.
Okay, farewell.
Sure.
Well, let's go to the Ducal Palace now. Okay, right. Pretty much what we thought would happen. And let's go and speak to the Duke, who should be down here, I think. Hello. Place has been reserved for you on the balcony. Go to the upper floor. Alright. This was not an upper floor, this was just the way out. Okay. The upper floor. That is up here, maybe? Oh yeah, it's through that door. I didn't even notice that before. Okay. Received word from Lord Dominel that you would be attending. The balcony has been opened for you. Alright. Duke Avar Wolfgren. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All of the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible knights, stiff in their noisy armour, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Dominel, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens, who have made no special efforts to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academic robes with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
So you admit, Master Barask, that animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
There is no need. Master Azo recently passed the Shroud, and while the experiment failed, his work...
Oh, time for us to step in. His work was sabotaged.
Our new delegate from House Dominel. What makes you say sabotage?
Ooh, we've got two options. Well, let's go for truth. We're honest. I met a false patient in Brackenbury Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Oh, we can say he's innocent or guilty. No, he isn't. This was a responsible scientist who was manipulated. Or, yes, he is. Cadman Azo's ambitions exceeded his ethics. Yeah, we're gonna go with 5. Although we could be use our rational stuff to push it, because people know know about us. I think this one might be the best option, number 5, right? Yeah. Or maybe we'll rational 3. I don't know. 5 is better. I think 3 is going to get us a better result. I don't know. Let's go 5. That's what I want to go with. Yes, he is. Cadman Azo's ambitions exceeded his ethics. After the farce we saw at the sanitarium, I couldn't agree more.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justiciar! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens!
Okay, 2 options for Heritage Hill. I've been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights were unable to control the damage, it was not animancy but an ancient machine that caused it. Or we can say the Crucible Knights are blameless here. This was not the working of animancy but the ancient device interred now with. Let's use its name. We specifically learned it, so let's use its name.
Some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
We gotta be honest. My word is my oath, I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Tyr Knoweth houses an Iguathan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
I have reason to believe there were others studying at the Power who may have done this. There was no denying they were studying dangerous machinery they did not understand, or they followed ambition blindly, taking few precautions and allowing personal feelings to get in the way of solving the problem. Let's go 4, I guess? Yeah, that's not really what happened, but let's go with it.
But the very purpose of these experiments is to understand. So these dangerous things can be used responsibly.
This is what it comes down to, Your Grace. Whatever their intentions, animancy's a pox. It makes a fucking wreck of everything. We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
Wrong bridge
It's
indeed.
about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son, my wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter, we put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
Bring order to the chaos here. Okay. Oh, she's talking in her mind. Okay, well, I can. The crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Right, Watcher. Taking this hearing by the curly ones. Don't waste your chance. Widewind's legacy is the creation of the Leaden Key. Caedum and Azo's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want animancy to fall. A dull muttering expands into a din of skepticism that fills the hall. I have seen them in the ruins of Erd Lanfath, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near the towns like Gilded Vale and Deerfoot, where legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
Oh, okay. We got options. Please, I only want to help the Dyrwood. No, that's pathetic. You want to see Crazy make one more smart comment just like that? No. Birth invalids until your womb dries, for all I care. The rest of these people will hear the truth. It's a shame, you shame your order for dismissing the truth before hearing it, madam. I expected better from a Knight of the Crucible. If he did for your husband's sake, I hope he at least left a brothel unlocked. Oh, okay. If, as the Duke says, no theory is more proof than any other, what's the harm in hearing one more? Your quips cannot change the truth. Let's try and shame her as a Knight of the Crucible.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
What's more likely, the gods are destroying the Dyrwood for science practice in many parts of the world, that a group of people hates animancy and wants it suppressed? The Leaden Key is very real. There are foreigners from Adir and Red Ceres who hate the Dyrwood and wish to see us suffer. Okay, so that's if you're trying to play on the racism. That would be if you're a Dozens person and do it. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. If he tells her to stop, she'll just want her lover more. But if he spreads the rumor, then her lover has just visited a brothel and acquired a pox in his loins, she'll end it on her own. We all want the same thing here, or we can use our honesty, which I think we're going to do. If you know anything about me, you know this. I've been called many things, but never a liar. An honest witness is the best piece of evidence you have in this matter.
The only piece of evidence.
The only piece of evidence that doesn't send your kind to the gallows, you mean?
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
And this is where what we were told by Lady Webb, we have to use House Dominel. We have to say they provided me with the resources I needed. We owe them a great debt. Yep.
It is very good to see House Dominel putting their considerable resources to use in solving this matter in which we all have a stake. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Okay, so we got 5 answers. I would allow Animancers to continue the work. They explore questions we all wish answered. If we'd known more, perhaps the crisis could have been averted. Maybe. That's not a bad answer. Animancy should be studied. If you don't, someone else will, and they'll wield greater power. No. The Animancers of Dyrwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled. Maybe. In truth, I'm not completely confident Animancy doesn't have something to do with Widewind's legacy. It should be wise to ban it. No. Animancy is too dangerous. We were not meant to use it. We have proven why we're unworthy of it. It should be outlawed. We're going for 1. They explore questions we wish to understand, I think. Because that was the central premise of the character was we wanna find out more. We're the kind of person who'll keep pushing, so that's kind of in our personality. Animancers serve their own purposes and their own purses. Giving them this power is like setting a child loose in an armory. I do not trust these Animancers, seeking first after gain and glory. But if they can heal our children, I would not hinder them.
That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who has warned us of a new possibility that must be looked into. The time has come to choose a direction for the Dyrwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement. Ramir D. Barash, representing the interests of Animancers in Dyrwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Who is that?
The arguments for and against Animancy are both strong in their own way. I must be careful in my judgment.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing? No!
Oh.
Avenge the Duke!
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
Oh.
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you? Another time. I am already late.
Oh, we fell over. The words, "Shall I end it for you?" ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Theos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you and screams and clashing of weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Theos stands at the pulpit, high above an assembly of robed onlookers. You among them, clustered around a wide circular pit carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like melted candle wax, black and red and seeping. The angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays a little of her
I am
anguish.
already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
Her eyes are barely open, and her words come between strangled breaths, but they are steady, unbroken.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. We are granted dominion of the sleepers. You open your eyes to the beamed ceiling of the palace's grand entry hall, the clangs of metal striking metal waft in from outside, the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. We've got to get out of here, fast. Aloth hovers over you, worry etched on his face. His eyes dart to the hall. Off to one side you can hear the clinking rustle of chainmail. You look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He is trying to say something, seemingly directed at you, but at first it's too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb. She's the only... She must be told. She'll know what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor, still. Okay. Well, Eddie needs to level up. Very quickly do that. Athletics. That's it. Next one. Probably Gallant's Focus. There we go. That's it. Right.
Hey.
Also, wait, was Gallant's Focus the wrong? No, it was the right one. There we go. That's
What?
it. Right, we need to get out here and tell Lady Webb. Let's talk to this person. Do they have anything to say? Don't go out to the streets. Everyone's rioting on the streets. Okay. What if we took this route out instead? Oh wow, there is fire everywhere.
Laying low.
Right, we're gonna just, I think, sneak our way out if we can. We got
Nothing
here.
will slip past me.
Got some commoners who are rioting. We should be fine actually to pass by them, I think. Yeah, we should be fine to leave. Seen him at the sanitarium. Can we help? We can't help.
Ready, Watcher.
Okay, get him. They all shout. Wait. He's saying, okay. I'm interested to see whether we can help. Oh, no, we cannot help. Okay, we need to get to Lady Webb. Quick. We can't leave this way. Okay. Dozens martyr. These lot are League of the Animancers. They're Justiciars. We need to get out here. Take back our city. Okay, so they are fighting. We could choose to help aside, but we're just going to leave, I think. We're told to go to Lady Webb. Okay. Takes us to Brackenbury automatically. The sanitarium is on fire. Alright. Boots, jolting touch, damage reduction. Okay. Lots and lots of commoners. Lots of commoners. This has got blood in it. Can we head up to the Dominels? I don't think it'll be open, but I want to see whether we can. We cannot head up to the Dominels. Okay. Interesting. This has nothing in it. Well, I guess we'll head into Lady Webb. Okay, there's a bunch of dead here. All of which have small amounts of money on them. Okay, someone has been through here and killed them all. I don't think we need to talk. We don't think we need to do anything else in here. We just need to go up. I would suspect Theos is in here, but we'll see. Or she's dead. Oh, she is dead. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel a faint aura of her fading essence in your ken. Reach out for it. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in a bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the street outside come the sounds of screams and shattered glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the doors open behind a patient, steady push. Into the room walks Theos, the floorboards creaking with deliberate steps. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak.
I was a fool to think I could tame these people.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You're concentrating, focusing with all your energy. It feels as though you're diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest whisper of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to his eye level. He seems to approve of the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
He replaces the brandy bottle on the table with care before approaching the bedside. He sits on the edge of the bed next to you. His words come freely, absent of any doubt. He draws a long, curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand, he gently pins your sternum as he raises a knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Theo slips a knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffness, and blood wells up around the blade. A pulse of reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take the knife. You take his knife hand in both of yours, and a question radiant in your mind. For an instant, to your surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes, simple, cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you've searched for all your life, but in your own mind, her understanding lies just beyond your reach. You look at Theos with wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time, and draw your last breath as black, velvety darkness descends over you.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Dyrwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate, your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
Okay, interesting. Now, the only thing I'm wondering is, was there any other outcome to this? I don't think there was. I think we did everything we could to take the blame off of Animancy, except for Avo's guilt or innocence. But I'm not sure that mattered, because Theos took control anyway. Interesting. I'll need to go and see about that. See what happens next. Okay, that's it. Quest completed. The Hermit of Hadret House. We're going to get another one soon. The Assassin at Large. Theos has killed the Duke and Lady Webb and sent Defiant's Bane to Chaos, but Lady Webb saw where he intended to go next, to the city of Twin Elms. It is there I must go if there was any chance of catching him. Okay, and we can't go back into Defiant's Bane now. It's just shut. Yeah, it's just off. Okay, well, I'm happy we finished everything we needed to do there. Okay then, well, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.